Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings and welcome to a night of horror and suspense. Broadcasting from WSCE Studios and through the sponsorship of the Happy Guy Atomic Products, St. Charles East Theater presents Dracula, a radio play written by Philip Grecian, based on his stage play and the ageless novel by Bram Stoker. I'm your host, Hannah Wojcik. Our story begins in a moment, but first, a word from our sponsor. Tonight in the studio, we have a very special guest with us. He's the president and founder of the Happy Guy Atomic Products, Professor Ivan D. Lovecraft. Good evening, Professor. Welcome to the studio tonight. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Hannah. I'm very happy to be here.
Before we start tonight's show, would you like to tell us a bit about your wonderful company?
Well, Hannah, having grown up living over an old antique shop in a back alley of a mysterious and secretive European city, I was instilled with a delight at the potential magic and wonder that I was certain inhabited the world. But other than the constant mist that surrounded the shop, the sudden burst of Wagnerian operatic singing, and the daily uncertainty of what dark alleyway was our actual address, the world was never quite magical as I envisioned. As a teen, I dabbled in the occult and the necromantic arts, as all teens do, but it wasn't until I finished my time at university that I realized my true destiny. True calling, if you will. I realized the true magic power came not from the outside world, but from the inside. I would harness the power of the atom and release it onto the planet. So, I came to America and created the Happy Guy Atomic Products Company, and the rest is, as they say, will be history.
Well, Professor, that is quite the origin story. Thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for your generous sponsorship of our production. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our story. Turn out your lights and move in closer to the glow of your radio dial as WSCE Radio presents Dracula.
Frightening, is it not? The raw power of the thunderstorm. Primitive man feared it, but you and I, we have explained it with our modern science. Still, there are many things we cannot explain, and these are always with us. They are with you now. Even now you feel them stealing up behind you. You feel them as they stroke the back of your neck, never quite touching. There! You feel it? You dare not look, for if you do, they will know. But you feel them! You feel the fingers of smoke as they brush so close. They taunt you, dare you, to turn and look into their hellish eyes only inches from your own. The hair rises on the back of your neck. A chill passes through your body. You feel them, but you do not see, for the beacon of science creates deep shadows, and they hide in these shadows. And they laugh that you do not believe, and they wait. Always they wait, until you are alone. All alone in the dark. There, listen! They whisper your name. Did you hear? They know your name. But of course, I forget. You do not believe. It is only imagination, eh? Perhaps. Or perhaps it is the vampire! I am Dr. Abraham Van Helsing, and I have long followed the trail of the vampire. It lives on for centuries, draining the blood, the life from its victims, causing them also to become vampires. And this is our story, the story of a small band of mortals who faced the most powerful vampire of them all. It has been known by many names: Strigoi, Vutric, Ordog, Parkul, Vrola, Nosferatu, Vampire, and Dracula! It began in the year 1888 in Whitby, England, where Dr. Jack Seward had established a small sanitarium.
Come in.
Excuse me, Dr. Seward, sir. I was wondering if you was done with your dinner tray.
Yes, of course, Bertie. Over there on the desk.
Yes, sir. You're most out of wine, sir. I'll bring you another bottle.
Thank you.
Why, you ain't touched a fin.
I'm not very hungry this evening.
Ain't Miss Lucy any better, sir?
No, I'm afraid not.
Well, if there's anything,
Thank you, Bertie.
I'll take your dinner tray then.
Thank you.
Good night then, sir.
Good night.
Just awful. Poor Dr. Seward, he just... Ah! Williams, now look what you've done. You're paying for these dishes.
Was you who dropped them, love?
Was you made me. Now help me clean up here.
All right, all right.
Surprised the doctor ain't out here. Made enough noise to wake the dead.
Take a lot more than a few broken dishes to bring him to. He's been sitting there all day, not moving, just staring off into space, thinking. There, that's got it all up.
I'll have to sweep for wee bits.
You seen anything of Renfield?
The one that what? Eats spiders?
More like a spider himself. Skinny, scurrying, a little bigger. Gotta find him before someone misses him. Keep your eyes open.
It's your job to watch, not mine. But I'll keep me eyes open all the same. Now, who could that be at this hour? Come in, I said I'm coming. Yes,
Is this the sanitarium? Dr. Seward's sanitarium?
it is.
Is Dr. Seward in?
Well, of course he's in on a night like this. Where else would he be? Come back tomorrow at a decent hour.
He's expecting us.
Storm coming up. Better come in then.
Thank you. We're the Harkers, John and Mina.
Ooh, Miss Lucy talks about you a lot.
How is Lucy?
Not so good, ma'am. Wasting away.
Where's Jack?
Upstairs in his office.
May we see him?
Yes, ma'am. This way.
Come in.
Dr. Seward, sir, there's some people here to...
Jonathan, Mina, come in.
We came the moment we received your wire.
Mina, you've never looked lovelier. John, there's wine over there. Would you care for some?
Of course. Mina,
Please.
I see you've done some work on the old place.
I have.
How long since you moved in here? 2 years?
2 years this month.
You're a bit low on wine.
There's more coming.
Good.
It's perfect, isn't it?
The wine?
Hardly.
You know what I mean, this building.
I owe that to John. His law firm found it and saw to the purchase.
It's ever so much better than the old building.
Come back to work for me, Mina. You were the best nurse I ever had.
She is retired.
No, darling, I married and went into private practice looking after you.
Lucy once told me that when you were little girls, you were always nursing injured birds back to health.
She still does.
Jack, is Lucy any better?
Worse each day. That's why I brought her to the sanitarium. Here I have the staff and equipment to monitor her health.
The wedding?
Postponed.
Her illness, have you diagnosed it?
No, I have no idea what it is. She gets weaker every day, periodically slips into some sort of trance-like state. She's taken to sleepwalking and...
That can be dangerous with the...
Yes, the cliffs, the harbor.
Isn't there anything?
There's got to be. I've cabled Van Helsing.
Abraham Van Helsing? From Amsterdam? In medical school, you...
Studied under him, yes.
The London papers have been quoting from his books on ritual murder.
Oh?
Yes, what with the Ripper murders in Whitechapel.
Oh, of course.
Van Helsing's coming here then.
Yes. I expect him at any time. He sent this ahead.
A necklace?
A crucifix.
It's exquisite, Slavic.
Transylvanian, I think.
Let me see.
More wine, sir.
Thank you, Bertie. Put it over there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is probably Transylvanian, Jack. I saw some like it when I was there.
He wanted Lucy to wear this?
At all times, according to his note. Said she shouldn't be without it.
Why?
Can't imagine.
She's not wearing it now.
She won't touch it.
May I see her?
Bertie, is Miss Lucy awake?
Yes, sir.
Would you take Mrs. Harker to her, please?
Yes, sir. This way, ma'am.
Thank you.
You've lost some weight, John.
Yes, Mina told you, didn't she?
She might have mentioned.
I asked her not to trouble you. Well, as you know, a few months ago, I journeyed to Transylvania. A client of ours, a nobleman, wanted to purchase a property here in Whitby.
Go on.
I remember a coach ride through the Borgo Pass and arriving at our client's castle, and then nothing. 3 weeks, just gone.
Gone?
I awoke in a Budapest hospital bed. I'd been found on a train. Delirious, raving, burning with fever.
What could have happened that...
No idea. But lately I've had these dreams, and Jack, did you know your sanitarium was part of an old monastery?
Yes, of course. The old abbey across the way, too, but what does that have to do with...
Carfax Abbey, yes. Can we see it from this balcony? Oh, quite the drop.
Sounds of vertigo, eh?
Definitely.
That balcony faces out over the sea. We're on a cliff, remember? The Abbey's in the other direction.
Yes, well, you see, we never imagined for a moment that the Abbey would sell. That's why we divided the property.
What does this have to do with...
The nobleman I spoke of purchased the Abbey.
Well, the land is worth something, certainly. He plans to build?
Plans to live in it.
In the Abbey.
In the Abbey, just as it stands. Lives in it now. Has for several weeks.
It's nothing but a ruin. All dust and cobwebs and broken walls. I've never seen anyone over there.
Oh, he's there.
Who is this fellow?
His name is Count Dracula.
Didn't latch tightly.
My fault, I'll get it. That sounds like, almost like a wolf.
Some of the townspeople swear they've seen wolves in Lawpool Wood.
But there haven't been wolves since.
No, of course not. Just a large dog.
Or several. There. It's latched this time. Sorry.
No damage. Quite a storm brewing. Unusual number of storms recently.
With storms, with dogs howling all night, how do you sleep?
Fitfully. Who is it? Come in. Renfield.
Ah, good evening, Dr. Seward. I'm afraid I can't stay long.
Yes, I imagine Mr. Williams is looking for you.
Jack, should I...
Quite all right, John. Staff has been alerted.
I've been trying to get to you to tell you something important, but I don't quite remember. Perhaps it is to warn you. Yes, that must be it. Warn you about the fellow in the next room over from mine. He's mad, you know.
Oh?
Oh yes, quite mad. Possessed by demons.
Demons?
It's the season for them.
Excuse me, Governor. Did you ring the... Oh, there you are!
Please show Mr. Renfield back to his room.
Yes, sir. With pleasure, sir.
Oh no, not now, not yet. He wants to take away my spiders, my nice little spiders.
Spiders?
Yes, sir. You see, sir.
You said I should get rid of the flies, not to eat the flies, so I had to catch the spiders, don't you see? It wouldn't be right to let the flies go. Wouldn't be right, so I'm feeding them to the spiders. All the flies will be gone soon. All gone. Flies flying to spiders. All gone soon, very soon.
The spiders...
Nice spiders, fat black spiders. I collect them, I feed them.
Well, I don't...
And then I eat them. Oh, but spiders are good, very good. They're the life, strong life, and they give life to me.
Williams, take Mr. Renfield back to his room and remove the spiders.
No, I'll stop. I won't eat the spiders. No more spiders, no more. They are good, very good, but small game, too small. I beg you, let me keep them a bit longer, just a bit, and then I'll dispose of them.
That's a promise.
A promise? Yes, a promise. But I won't free them. I've caught a sparrow only this afternoon. A little sparrow. It flew into my windowsill for breadcrumbs, and I reached out slowly, and I had it. But I didn't squeeze. Oh no, very gently. A new pet. I shall tame it and feed it on spiders. It shall be my sparrow, my fat little sparrow. Soon I shall have more sparrows, all singing and growing fat. Perhaps I shall. Might I ask a favor?
A favor?
Oh, a great favor of the great Dr. Seward.
And that is...
A little kitten that I can play with and teach and feed and feed and feed.
There go the sparrows.
I'm sorry, Mr. Renfield.
Oh, please. I must have a kitten. My salvation depends on it. A kitten, a pretty little kitten, to feed.
Get him a tiger. That'll make us all happy.
Show Mr. Renfield back to his room, please.
Yes, sir.
My kitten? Shall I have my kitten? My kitten, my little...
I'm sorry, no.
Jack, look out, he's got a knife.
You got him, Doctor. He's out like a light. Good job, if I might say so, sir. Just one punch and he...
Take him back to his room, Williams.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Come on, let's get up now.
You'll pay, Seward. You'll all pay.
Back to your room now. We'll see if we can find you something that don't move when you're trying to eat it.
The master is at hand, the time is coming. Make the master's path straight, the mightiest of the mighty. He will baptize you with fire. The master is at hand, the time is coming.
Jack, are you all right? That knife,
Caught me on the wrist.
You're bleeding. Here, let me...
No, it's fine, John. I'll wrap my handkerchief around it. It's nothing. And this knife...
A letter opener.
Yes, from my own desk. I shouldn't leave such things lying about. But the patients don't have access to this floor. In theory, anyway.
I believe he tried to bite you.
Yes.
Are all your patients like that?
No. Renfield's an interesting case. Just lately, he's been collecting lives.
Lives?
For a time, he collected flies, then spiders. Now it's birds. Each creature a step higher on the scale, a larger soul, worth more to him. You can imagine the fate he had in store for the kitten.
What a horrible thought.
I wonder what value he put on a man's soul.
Jack! Lucy's not in her room and the front door is standing open!
Quickly, John, outside before she reaches the cliffs!
Will they get to Lucy on time, or will she plummet to the sea and rocks below? We will find out after a word from our sponsor.
What's the matter, George? You've barely touched your pot roast and mashed potatoes, and those are your favorite. Are there lumps?
No, dear. Dinner was perfectly adequate. It's just this everyday stress between Henderson breathing down my neck at work, the local sports team in the basement, and those darn commies. I've just got too much on my mind.
No worries, sweetie. Let me just add some of Professor Lovecraft's restorative atomic powder to your Manhattan. Now drink it all up.
Are you sure? Smells a bit like a graveyard.
No, silly. Happy Guy Atomic Products and the Professor harvest only the finest part of the atom to create a better world. That's the smell of progress. Now drink up. There, don't you feel better already?
Yes. Much better now. What's a communist?
Exactly!
I feel focused. I feel content. I feel purposeful. Thank you, wife.
Don't thank me. Thank Professor Lovecraft and Happy Guy Atomic Products.
Yes, Professor.
Professor Lovecraft's restorative atomic powder. Side effects may include blind obedience, feeble deficiency, and cranial obsession. Any rumor of zombie-like behaviors, thoroughly exaggerated, slanderous, and will be met with immediate legal action. Happy Guy Atomic Products. The future is coming. And now we return you to tonight's production of Dracula.
Jack Seward and John Harsher dashed out into the raging storm, searching for Lucy Westenra. The wind-driven rain cut into their faces, sun out their eyes. They screamed Lucy's name into the raging void, and their words came rushing back with a force that lent substance and brought pain. They were as lost men in the Stygian darkness. And then, the world was restored in lightning, and there she was, standing high on the cliff, leaning out over the abyss. Hundreds of feet below, the churning waters of the sea beckoned, and beside her stood a dark form, darker even than the night itself, its arms, if they were arms, upraised. It turned and saw them just as the lightning died. For a moment, all was black, and when another bolt restored their sight, the thing was gone. The men scrambled upward just as Lucy pitched forward into the arms of Jack Seward. Now they moved back toward the beacon of the open door where Mina stood waiting.
Take her into the sitting room. There's a fire going.
Over here, on the daybed.
How is she?
She'll be fine. She was sleepwalking again.
You know, Jack, I swear I saw.
Jack?
I'm here, Lucy.
Oh, Jack, I was dreaming, I think. I remember hearing wolves howling, something tall and dark with me. I remember red eyes. I seemed to leave my body. I went high into the air. It was like a dream, but not a dream. I saw John and Mina and...
We're here, Lucy.
Mina, you're here after all, then...
Lucy, those marks on your throat.
Oh, it's nothing. I was fastening my scarf and caught myself on it with a pin. Isn't that silly?
It almost looks like...
John. Mina, I'm so embarrassed. I'm sorry that you had to see...
Oh, nothing I like better than a brisk run in the rain.
Oh, John, you're always so...
I seen him! Standing outside the Ripper! I seen the Ripper!
The what?
That's enough, Bertie. Bring those blankets over here.
Yes, sir, but I seen him, I did!
Here, Lucy. These will help to keep you warm.
Thank you, Jack. I'm so cold.
You may go now, Bertie. Thank you.
Ain't we gonna do something about
The Ripper. Yes. I suggest that you keep your bedroom door locked.
You don't have to believe me, sir, but I brought your newspaper down. Here, you should read what they're saying. It's the Ripper, sure as...
I've read it. Thank you, Bertie.
All right, then. But but I'm sleeping with a Bible under me pillow tonight. Good night, all.
Good night, Bertie.
Good night. The Ripper?
Bertie's been reading about the murders in Whitechapel, and she's been imagining that...
May I see that newspaper?
Certainly. Here. Lucy's fallen asleep. Come, we'll sit over here.
Jack, did you read this story?
Oh, yes.
Read it, John.
This morning, Whitby police discovered another dead woman. Another dead woman?
This is the second one. Read on.
Another dead woman on East Cliff?
East Cliff! Why, that's where Lucy was.
Exactly. Read on, John.
No identification, presumed to be...
Go down to where it says cause of death.
Here it is. Cause of death. The victim's throat...
Go on, John.
Yes, go on, John.
The victim's throat had been torn from ear to ear, and the body completely drained of blood.
Oh!
Wolves.
Dogs, not wolves, dogs.
I know. But when we were out there, it certainly sounded like wolves. They could have attacked that woman and...
The article says there was no blood anywhere on the ground. Did you read that? No blood in the body, but no blood anywhere else. Dogs or wolves or whatever, there should have been pools, gouts of blood.
True enough.
And that's why Birdie and her friends blame it on the Ripper. They think he's some kind of ghost who can be in both places at once, London and Whitby, stealing blood.
This does sound something like the murders in London.
Could be someone imitating the London murders, perhaps draining the blood with a transfusion kit.
Why?
I don't know. But enough of this. Just blind superstition, nothing to do with us. We'll simply have to be more careful until the authorities sort it all out. Care for some wine, John? Mina?
Yes, thank you, Jack.
Please.
I'll get it.
Well, in any case, we'd better keep a close watch over Lucy, eh? Head out on that cliff. I could have sworn I saw... Mina!
What is it?
A bat! A huge bat beating its wings against the window pane!
A bat?
Red eyes!
Well, it's gone now. Must have come over from Carfax.
Good evening. I am Dracula. I pray you will forgive this intrusion, but no one answered my knock, and your outer door was open.
That's odd. I shall have to...
It's closed now, and locked.
I'm sorry, you startled us.
Yes, Dr. Seward. We have been neighbors for some time. I regret that I have not made a formal visit until now. I've been busy putting my own house in order.
Count,
I'm pleased to see you again, Mr. Harker. But not surprised. During your stay in Transylvania, you spoke of your friendships with Dr. Seward.
I did?
A pity you left so suddenly. I had such plans for you.
Please, Count,
Yes.
allow me to welcome you to...
If you do not mind, Doctor, I will not accept your extended hand. I dislike being touched. It's a peculiarity of my culture.
Well, I didn't mean to
Oh,
offend.
no, I'm sure you did not. Oh, you are Mina. Forgive me, I'm too familiar.
No, not at all.
Your husband spoke of you often and showed me your picture. And so you see, I feel that I know you intimately. You are very lovely. I hope that we may know each other better.
Thank you. Yes.
And this is my fiancée, Lucy Westenra.
Ah, yes. You have been ill. Are you feeling better now?
Better now. Yes. Thank you.
Your pain will end very soon now.
You're satisfied with the Carfax then, Count?
Oh, very much. It reminds me of my homeland, and I find it admirable for my purposes.
Here, have a glass of wine with us.
I do not drink wine.
Ah!
Oh, please forgive me. It was most clumsy of me. I've caused you to spill your wine.
It's nothing,
I'm comforted, then, that the wine holds no significance. My behavior is inexcusable. I should not have seized your wrist.
It startled me, that's all.
I too was startled at the sight of your wrist and the blood.
Oh, yes, an accident early this evening.
You must be careful, Dr. Seward, how you spill your blood. It is more dangerous than you know. Please forgive me.
Of course.
And the vessel?
I have a dozen more just like it.
I can provide a much stronger vessel for your wine.
That won't be necessary, it's...
Listen to them. The children of the night. What music they make. Music? The music of the hunt. Listen, listen. In my country, we have a long tradition of battle and conquest. There is death and violence in our blood. And we dance to the songs of our brother the wolf.
What a marvelous heritage you have, Count. The history, the traditions, the superstitions. You must be...
Superstitions. Yes, the trinkets and incantations of thin-blooded peasants. This is why I've come here, to be part of this rich-blooded England. In my own country, I was master. I will be master again. Now I must go. The night is young, and I have much work to do.
Count, I must speak with you regarding...
Soon. But for now, my new home has many rooms, and I must make certain preparations. But we will all sup together at Carfax one evening. Soon.
Oh, must you go?
She'll be back, Lucy. Won't you, Count?
Before you know it. And now, good night.
I'll show you too.
Oh, please do not trouble yourself. I know the way. I bid you all a peaceful night's rest.
What a strange and fascinating woman.
Ha! The allure of the foreign prince.
But her hands, so cold.
Yes, it is a bit chilly out. Well, it's late. Lucy? Lucy?
Oh, sorry. Dreaming, I guess. What were you saying?
I was saying that it's late. Shall we retire to our rooms?
Good idea. They're much better places for dreaming.
Oh, John, really?
Later that night, Mina Hawker lay in bed, unable to sleep, staring into the blackness above. And then she heard it. A voice? Or only the wind? Lighting a candle, Mina slipped from her bed, out of her room, and down the hall, following the mysterious sound. There was a chill in the hallway, and a strong draft that quickly extinguished the flame of Mina's candle. Rounding the corner, she was surprised to find the room to Lucy's room open. She entered, and Lucy stood at the window, the curtains dancing violently to the wild rhythm of the wind.
Lucy! Lucy! John! Jack! Help me!
What is it? What?
Mina!
John! I can't close the window! She's still asleep!
Sleepwalking again.
The bed! Get into the bed!
Lucy? Lucy?
Let her sleep, Jack, please.
Yes, of course, you're right.
Begging your pardon, sir.
Oh!
No harm meant, missus. I heard your voices in here and...
Can this wait, Williams?
Well, sir, no, sir.
Let's step out into the hall then. Excuse me, John. Mina.
Of course.
Now what is it, Williams?
It's Rainfield, sir. You remember how he'd caught a sparrow? Well, I ain't seen nothing like it. By midnight, he got 5 or more of the little blighters in his cell.
I hardly think...
Strangest thing I'd ever seen. I caught him too easy, like they'd been sent to him. He tied them all to his bedpost with little bits of twine and sent them feeding on the spiders. I come back later and all the sparrows was gone. All of them.
He turned them loose.
No, sir, he ate them. Raw, feathers and all.
What?
It just makes my skin crawl.
Keeping rather late hours, aren't you, Doctor?
Renfield!
Look out now.
He thinks I'd hurt you. Fancy me hurting you.
You've
Fool.
had a change of heart, then.
Oh, your wrist. Yes. An accident. I wasn't myself.
Oh, yeah? Who were you then?
Who was I? Who was I? I was and am the voice of the one crying in the wilderness. Among you stands one whom you do not know.
Jack, we wondered if... Oh!
Jack, what's...
Ah, good evening. Allow me to introduce myself. R.M. Renfield, and you are?
Mina Harker. And this is my husband, Jonathan.
Perhaps I'd better close this door.
Thank you, John.
The doctor and I have just been discussing theology. I was just...
You were just leaving. Williams.
Yes, sir. Right, sir. Come along now.
Well, I'd best be going. Delighted to have met you both.
Yes, you as well.
We'll speak again, Doctor. Come along, Williams.
Yes, sir. I mean, here now. Slow down. I'm the one with the keys.
Isn't always this exciting here, Jack.
I'm sorry, John, Mina,
Why don't you both go back to bed? I'll stay with Lucy.
Mina, I can't ask you to...
You didn't ask me. Besides, I couldn't possibly sleep now. Please, Jack.
Very well. Van Helsing should be here, shortly after sunrise. I hope he can help her. Well, thank you, Mina. Good night. Good night, John.
Good night, Jack.
Come into Lucy's room with me, John.
I'll stay with you. I can.
Nonsense. You've been ill and need your sleep.
So where will you?
I'll sit here. It's a nice, comfortable chair, and I can use the lamp to read by.
Well,
I'll be fine. There's wine on the sideboard. Would you pour me a glass, please?
certainly.
John, I didn't want to say anything in front of Jack, but when I first entered Lucy's room, there was something in the window. I only saw her for a moment, but...
That bad again?
You'll laugh at me, but I'd swear that standing outside the window was Count Dracula.
Mina, we're on an upper floor, on a cliff, out looking over the harbor. It's not very likely that...
No, of course not. I know. It couldn't have been. You go on to bed now, John. I'll sit here and read.
Your wine glass.
Thank you. Oops, sorry.
Caught it.
Oh, I spilled some wine.
Only a little bit. No harm done. Wouldn't want another wine glass broken, eh? Well, good night, Mina. See you in the morning. In an hour or two.
Good night, John.
Mina, sleep, sleep. You are sleeping, Mina. Sleeping, sleeping. Sleep.
After this short break for your local station, we will return to the WSCE production of Dracula. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second act of tonight's performance. I'd like to take a moment to bring Professor Lovecraft back to the microphone. Hello again, Professor. So, what do you think of tonight's show so far?
Wonderful. Very inspirational.
Van Helsing is quite the character, isn't he?
Van Helsing? Oh, yes. Very.
Sir, we have all seen some of the amazing advancements and products Happy Guy Atomics has provided the public, but can you give us any hint of what the future might hold?
Well, Hannah, I'm usually one that fulfills prophecies, not make them. But I can give you a taste of what is coming. The power of the inner universe is just being scratched. Its limitless energy can do things that seem almost magical. Imagine teleportation, weather control, and the health benefits alone. Our nation's blood banks will be full as the life-giving substance will, figuratively, rain from the sky.
Very exciting. And if I say, a perfect lead into the second act of tonight's show. Thank you, Professor. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we return to Dracula.
You are my master. I shall do whatsoever you command. I shall follow wheresoever you go.
And you shall be hated by all for my name's sake. Brother will deliver brother to me, the father his child. And children will rise against parents and put them to death.
The blood is the life.
I come not to bring peace, but to spill blood.
The blood is the life.
Believe in me, and you shall never truly die. For you shall possess the secret of eternal life.
Life, life, the blood is the life.
And so that's the situation, Professor. Her room is upstairs, here.
Good. I must see her at once.
Do you think you might provide a diagnosis?
Yes, I'm afraid that I might.
I beg your pardon?
Which room is it?
Here. Lucy, are you up? Hello? Lucy? Mina?
Try the knob.
Lucy?
Mina?
Oh, John, I had such a strange dream. Oh, who's that man?
Professor Van Helsing. He's just arrived this morning.
How is she, Professor?
She is bad, I am afraid.
How bad?
Very bad.
She's so pale. I don't understand. Just yesterday, she...
Look here, on her throat. What do you see?
A wound, some sort of... a bite?
Yes. Not fresh, but freshly opened. She stirs.
Jack,
I'm here, darling. I'm here.
Jack,
Professor, we must do something. She's gotten so much worse overnight.
Jack, come. Jack, into my arms. Come and kiss me.
No! Stay back, not for your living soul!
You are Van Helsing.
I am.
Please, while I can, I must tell you.
I know, my child. I know.
What was I? How could I?
It is a powerful seduction, little one. You will know absolution.
Van Helsing, what in the world are you talking about? We're wasting time. We must...
Please guard him and give me peace.
I swear it, my child.
Oh, Jack, if only we...
It is over.
What? Jack, she's dead.
No.
The certificate listed blood disease as the cause of Lucy's death. It was at least a part of the truth. The rest would not be easily told, nor easily believed. A week passed, and I realized I could keep this secret no longer.
Professor, you've been gone all day.
Yes, I had investigations to make before the sun set.
We were afraid you'd miss dinner.
How is Jack?
Better this evening.
Good. Now, friend John, all must follow in order. Tell me of this Count Dracula.
Not much to tell. A nobleman, eccentric, wealthy. That you already know, of course. The rest...
Yes, you have repressed some trauma. Amnesia. Friend John, we must know what occurred during your stay in Transylvania. Would you submit to an experiment?
Experiment?
We must have the knowledge that is locked somewhere deep in your memory, and we may bring it out with hypnosis.
Hypnosis? Do you mean we could... Mina!
Behind the curtain!
Benfield.
Good evening. You know me, do I know you? Ah, wait, you are Van Helsing, are you not?
I am.
Oh, this is indeed an honor. Of course, I've read your books, all of them. They're quoting you now in the Whitechapel business, aren't they? I've done some writing in that vein myself. I employ a nom de plume, of course, that pays tribute to our host, Dr. Seward. Here's a passage I'm proud of. You will soon hear from me in my funny little games. Out of context, of course. Well, no matter. I've always wanted to ask you if... Of course, there's time for that later, eh? For now, I have come to pay respects to Dr. Seward upon the death of his betrothed.
How did you know about Lucy's death?
And Dr. Seward's plan to marry.
I am but mad northwest. When a man is so loved as our host, everything regarding him is of interest in our little community. Rumors fly, as do visitors.
Professor?
Hold a moment, friend John. There is more here than meets the eye.
Actually, the rumors do not fly so much as stay in their rooms. The rumors that rumors do not fly. The rumors remain ruminating in the rooms, spreading rumors like flies. Ha! And as for the death of, Lucy, was it? As for the death of Lucy...
Renfield!
Dr. Seward, I knew you'd come. We're playing at horoscopes. You're a Capricorn, are you not?
Doctor, I can't find him. There you are.
I know you.
Oh, you do?
Yes, excellent. Well, you are a fishmonger.
No such thing.
Then I would you were so honest a man.
What's he babbling about? Honest.
Aye, sir, to be honest as this world goes, is to be one man picked out of 10,000.
Take Mr. Renfield back to his room and see to it that he does not leave again.
I got his door double locked. I don't know how he keeps getting out.
A fallen angel rolls away the stone.
There you have it. My mistake. I never thought of angels. Come along now. We'll get you something to eat.
I'm not hungry.
Well, there's a surprise. Probably been emptying the mousetraps again.
Ignore that reference, Mrs. Harker. It relates to my past. I'm done with all that now.
On the contrary, Williams tells me you've begun again, Renfield. Collecting flies and spiders.
What do you expect from a person like that? Working class. The man might easily misinterpret any small gesture. Do you see, Mrs. Harker, what I must put up with from the help? It all stems from a simple misunderstanding. I once fancied that by consuming a multitude of living things, one might indefinitely prolong life, relying, of course, on the scriptural phrase, "For the blood is the life."
Deuteronomy 12:23.
Well, yes, quite right.
The passage is most instructive in its entirety. Only be sure that thou eat not the blood, for the blood is the life, and thou mayest not eat the life with the flesh. But what about the souls of your victims, Mr. Renfield?
I don't want any souls.
Thousands of them all around you. Flies and spiders and birds. You have taken their lives.
No!
You must feed their souls. Take your hands from your ears and listen to me, Mr. Renfield.
Flies? I don't want flies or spiders. What's the use of them? There isn't enough of them to eat
Or drink.
The blood is the life. The blood is the
Genesis
life. The blood is the
9:4.
life.
But
The blood
life,
is the
with the
life.
life thereof,
The blood is the
shall
life.
ye
The blood
not
is the
eat.
life. The blood is
Leviticus
the life. The blood
17.
is the
If
life.
any
The
man
blood is
drinks
the
the
life.
blood,
The
I
blood
will
is the
set my
life.
face
The blood
against
is the
him and
life.
cut
The
him
blood
off
is
from
the
his
life.
people.
The blood is the life.
For the
The blood
blood
is
is
the
the
life.
life.
The blood is the life.
Deuteronomy 18:23. Only be sure that you do not drink the blood, for the blood is the life, and you shall not drink it.
To hell with you and your souls. I don't want any souls. I won't take them. I only want blood. I want life. Keep your souls.
I hope you were able to keep your own soul, Mr. Renfield. Another Bible verse. Confess yourself to heaven. Repent what is past. Avoid what is to come.
I do repent, but heaven hath pleased it so to punish me with this, and this with me, that I must be their scourge and minister. Please, take me away from here. Dismiss me. Turn me out. Free me. Or if not, take me to another asylum on the other side of running water.
On the other side of...
Anywhere but here. Please, I must leave, quickly. And so must you, all of you. Run. Release the others, now, tonight. Burn this place to the ground and say prayers over it. Bury the ashes. Turn your backs on it. Walk away. Run away and don't look back. Run, run, run as you've never run before. Before it's too late. Oh, don't you see? It's her.
Ah! Look, at the window, a bed.
No, I won't tell. I wasn't going to betray you.
Van Helsing!
Did the bat frighten you, Mr. Renfield?
She'll kill me. She doesn't need me anymore. If you can't save my soul, save your own. You must believe me. You must trust me. Oh, God, help me. Why should you? It's insane. It's just insane. Why should you?
Take Mr. Renfield back to his room.
Yes, sir, but I ain't fool enough to promise he'll stay there.
Please, Mr. Renfield. Dr. Seward will see that no harm comes to you. We want to help you. We really do, if you'll let us.
The harm has already been done, dear lady. My personal loss is the least of it.
Let's get along with it now.
I can hardly blame you for doubting the word of a lunatic. However, please do me the justice of bearing in mind that I tried to convince you tonight, Mrs. Harker. You have been very kind to me. My prayers will be with you.
And mine with you, Mr. Renfield.
Come on now.
The poor man.
It is most important that he be heavily guarded.
Professor, I don't believe he'd harm us.
I have not suggested that he would. Friend John, are you ready to proceed with our experiment?
You mean the hypnosis? Now?
Yes, just after dinner. We have even less time than I thought. But for now, we eat hearty. We have much time ahead of us, and it would be best on a full stomach.
Yes, very good.
Would anyone care for wine?
Perhaps later. There is work to do in little time.
Very well. Thank you, Bertie. You may go.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
John, you remain seated. Friend Jack, please bring me that candle from the bookcase.
John, what?
Hypnosis, Mina. Van Helsing's gonna hypnotize me.
Van Helsing wants to see if John can remember his time in Transylvania.
Is it dangerous?
No, perfectly safe.
It is a tool of science and medicine. We may accomplish what appear to be miracles, even cure disease.
Where do you want this candle?
Here, on the table in front of John. Light it, please.
Here.
Madam Mina, turn down the gas, please. We must have darkness to facilitate the trance. Ah, yes. Good. We begin. John, you will look into the flame of the candle. Now, Jonathan, stare deeply into the light. Concentrate on the light. Feel a wave of sleep come over your body. It begins in your feet and washes slowly over your body. It washes in like the tide, and you feel it moving upward, cradling you. Your eyes burn with the light, but you cannot look away. Your eyelids grow heavy. They are closing. They are closed, but you still see the light, and you still hear my voice. I will count backward from 5, and with each number you will drift deeper and deeper to sleep. 5, 4, deeper. 3, 2, deeper. 1. You are in the deepest sleep, deeply asleep. And now we go back to your time in Transylvania. Back, back, back. Remember, remember, remember.
I am a prisoner. The wolves guard the gate. Her room is locked. I see her only in the evening. Then, one night, can't sleep. I see her through my window. She is climbing down the stone wall of the castle. Slowly, like a lizard. Look, down there, in the courtyard. A woman. She screams.
Monster! Give me back my child! Monster!
Suddenly, the courtyard is filled with wolves. There must be hundreds of them. Oh God, it's horrible. She screams, and then they're gone. It's so still.
Mama!
And then I hear the child in the castle, in her room, crying.
Mama!
What time is it? Have I slept? The moonlight streaming through my window. Two young women approach me. How did they get into my room? The door was locked. How did they? Their gowns blow in the night wind. The pale yellow moonlight passes through the fabric. I can see their bodies beneath, and the moonlight passes through their bodies. No shadows. They have no shadows. They laugh. Silvery musical laughter. They come to my bed. I feel their lips on my throat. Can't move. Feel their teeth. So sharp. She bursts into the room. She comes for me. Red eyes. I awaken. Have I slept? The sun has risen. I run to her room. Force the door open. The room is bare. A coffin, the only furniture. I lift the lid, and within, Dracula. Gouts of blood trickle from the corners of her mouth, over her chin and neck. The whole awful creature swollen and gorged, bursting and bloating with blood. Suddenly, her eyes are open. Red eyes. She sees me, I'm sure of it. But her stare, dead. Not dead. Red eyes. I must escape. Out the window, they follow. Those eyes. Red eyes. They follow. Down the stone wall. Red eyes. She's coming for me. She's coming for all of us. She's coming. Oh God. Monster.
We will return to the WSCE production of Dracula right after these words from our sponsor.
Oh, honey, your child is awake again.
Our child, dear. She's been so afraid at night lately. I'll go see what's the matter this time.
Mommy! Daddy!
Shh, darling, did you get scared again?
There's a boogeyman in the closet!
There, sweetie. Did you actually see the boogeyman?
I don't know, but boogeymen are very crafty.
Don't worry, your daddy will check the closet. Howard, could you come check our daughter's closet for monsters?
I can do better than that. Look what I bought today.
Why, it's the Happy Guy Eternal Slumber Atomic Nightlight.
Henderson from the lodge recommended it after I told him about our little darling's nightly interruptions. He said that his son had trouble sleeping, but now that they've got this little beauty, Bobby sleeps like the dead. Let's plug it in. There.
I don't know, Howard. That green glow isn't so much soothing as ominous. And that chanting, is that even English?
I'm no language expert, but I'd say it's Sumerian. I'm told it's the most soothing of the ancient languages. And that green hue is scientifically proven by Professor Lovecraft to come from only the healthiest part of the subatomic world. That's the shining glow of the future, darling. Only the best for our daughter. Look, she's already asleep.
Oh, she is. Look at the sweet little thing. She's even talking in her sleep.
Is she speaking Latin?
Well, we did say we wanted her to learn another language, and no more boogeyman. Thank you, darling.
Don't thank me. Thank the professor. And Happy Guy.
Joe the Boogeyman Who's Boss. Your child will never sleep deeper. Side effects may include extreme neck rotation, pupil glow, and uncontrollable hovering, any rumor of child possession, extra-dimensional pores, and mention of the ancient ones will be met with immediate legal action. Happy Guy Atomic Products. The future is coming. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we give you the conclusion of Dracula.
Under hypnosis, Jonathan Harker had remembered his stay in Transylvania, and now we knew Count Dracula was a vampire!
This is the most ridiculous. A vampire? Why not a pixie or a leprechaun? Van Helsing, surely you cannot believe.
You believe, do you not, friend John?
How could I not? I remember it. All of it. My lord.
Oh, John.
It is clear to me now. She rests here at Carfax and does the bulk of her evil in London. Very clever. In this way, she attracts little attention near the place where she sleeps.
Van Helsing, surely you can't expect us to.
Excuse me, Dr. Seward, sir. Your newspaper.
Thank you, Bertie. I'll take it.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Friend Jack, you were saying?
I was saying that you can't expect us to be.
The lady in white!
What?
Here, in the newspaper, the lady in white!
Quickly, I must see.
What is it, Professor?
Missing children. Here, on Hampstead Heath. Ugh, so soon. Here, John, read. Read!
Officials report children missing at night. Found the following morning with small puncture wounds on their throats.
Lucy had marks on her throat.
Yes, she did.
Such as might be made by an animal.
Blind, always. We are so blind.
And the police of the division have been instructed to keep a sharp eye out for stray animals that
Enough!
might...
Thank you, friend John. Now, make note. Wounds on the throats of the children. A wound on the throat of Miss Lucy.
She'd been ill for months. Those marks were fresh.
No! Freshly opened! The marks on the throats of the children
Could have been made
were
by...
made by Miss Lucy.
Lucy is dead.
Professor.
Do you mean, like those women in Transylvania, Lucy...
Is dead. Lucy is...
Dead? No, my son. But we may have hope. Destroy Count Dracula, and the dear Miss Lucy will be freed from her curse. Then she will be truly dead. If not, she will walk with her for centuries, undead among the living.
Lucy is dead!
Or, if we may find the vampire's coffin, she will have no refuge with the coming of the dawn, and will die in the rays of the morning sun. But it will be very difficult to find this coffin, for it will be well hidden.
You're saying we must go to Carfax?
Yes.
We might never find her coffin, Professor. Is there no other way to give Lucy peace?
There is.
How, Professor?
Lucy is...
By going into her crypt and driving a wooden stake through her heart.
Dear God.
Jack.
Get out.
Please, this is difficult for me also, because you are my friend, and I...
But I shall make it easier. We are friends no longer. You have 10 minutes, Van Helsing, to leave my home.
My poor Jack.
Could you be mistaken, Professor? Perhaps
There is no mistake. I need your help, both of you.
Oh, Professor,
If we are to give peace to the dear Miss Lucy, we must go to her crypt. I would have both of you by my side so that you may see her as she returns just before the dawn. Then I believe I may do my work with your blessing. Please, come with me.
Mina?
Oh, John, it seems so horrible. But I trust the professor. Lucy was my friend. I can't bear to think of her like that.
We'll be ready in 10 minutes, Professor.
10 minutes. Good, for that is all the time I have been given. Saddened by the hurt I'd caused my dear friend Jack Seward, I moved down the hall and began to pack my belongings. Suddenly I became aware of a chill in the room. I turned to see a strange green vapor seeping in through the crack between window and casement. As I watched, the mist took form.
I have come for you, Van Helsing. You cannot be allowed to live.
Come not one step closer, monster! With the protection of this crucifix, I will live at least through this meeting.
Idolater! You merely prolong the agony. Look. Look into my eyes. Look and see the face of death.
No, I cannot!
Professor!
We heard Dracula!
John, there on the floor, my crucifix! Hold it high, where she can see!
Superstitious fools! Do you truly think to defeat me? Oh, my revenge has just begun. I spread it over centuries, and time is on my side. I have your precious Miss Lucy. You held her in the sunlight, and I took her in the darkness. She is mine, and soon I shall have you all!
John, and I draw my gun! Throw it to me!
Do you think to stop me with bullets? I cannot be stopped. She who would have been your mortal bride has instead become the bride of Dracula. Through eternity! A bear! She's turned into a bear!
Look out! The window! Where is she? There, up there.
You waste your bullets, my friend.
She's gone. I hit her. I know, I hit her.
Now do you believe, my son?
Van Helsing, she's turned into a bat. A bat. I saw her.
She assumes many forms.
She killed Lucy. Night after night while we slept, she was...
Yes, I am sorry.
You knew.
I feared. I recognized the symptoms in Miss Lucy from your letters. I hoped to protect her before she could become as Dracula is. I was too late.
Her victims come back?
Yes.
Then Lucy, she is...
The lady in white.
Professor, the door! Someone's trying to...
Renfield!
Look at his face. He's been beaten horribly.
Is he...
He lives yet!
Though it's a miracle that he does. Mina, my medical bag, over there on the desk.
Fractured skull.
Internal bleeding, I think.
See here.
Ribcage is crushed.
Your bag, Jack.
Not much I can do here. An injection. Stop some of the pain.
Van Helsing.
Shh. Don't talk.
He must talk.
I'm so thirsty.
John, wine.
Blood on my hands, look. So much blood. The blood is the life. The blood. Have I lost it?
Here, drink this.
Thank you, John. Here, Mr. Renfield.
What is it? What?
Wine.
All my blood. All my... Quickly, before I die, I must. It was weeks ago. She was at my window, a pillar of fire, a turning cloud, laughing in the moonlight, sharp white teeth, red eyes. She promised me things if I would let her in. She promised to make me immortal. She promised me lives. And then she called to them, and they came. Flies glistening with steel and sapphire, and moths in the night with skulls and crossbones.
The death's head moth.
Then she whispered, rats. I will give you rats, and everyone a life. With a wave of her hand, the rats came tumbling. Rats. As far as the eye could see, rats. Great rats, small rats, lean rats.
And you let her in?
Brawny rats, brown rats, black rats.
Mr. Renfield.
Gray rats, tawny rats.
Did you invite her in, Mr. Renfield?
Yes, I let her in. God help me, I let her in.
A vampire may not enter a house unless invited from within.
She came through the barred window. I thought it was a splendid trick, a splendid...
She would require Renfield's help in traveling to London.
She took me with her. Over the rooftops, I saw it all. I was that certain scribe, and I promised to follow.
A vampire cannot cross running water, you see. She would need a mortal agent to transport her over rivers and streams. In this way, the vampire of Carfax is the Ripper of Whitechapel.
I saw it, wrote it down, boasted as if the deeds were mine. I gave the lady no time to squeal. How can they catch me now? Oh, but I didn't think of souls. I shall have to answer for the souls now, shan't I, Doctor? They're all around me now, all around me.
No, they're gone, Mr. Renfield. They're all gone.
Gone to heaven?
Yes, Mr. Renfield. Gone to heaven.
Gone to heaven, gone to heaven, gone to... Van Helsing!
I am here.
She's taking her life, Van Helsing. Taking her life. I've smelled her on her. The mingling of blood.
Lucy, he means Lucy?
No. You don't. I tried to stop her tonight. Madmen, you know, possess unnatural strength. I am mad, you see. Jacob held an angel. Surely I could hold a devil. I couldn't let her have her. No more, no more. I would stop her. I would take her life. Her blood. Ah, red eyes, they burn. They burn through me. They beat me and beat me and beat me. And Mrs. Harker.
I'm here, Mr. Renfield.
Oh, my dear. Take care, please. Please, take care. Van Helsing. It is she. She has Mrs. Harker.
What? What's he talking about?
You must save her.
What does he say?
Find Dracula.
What are you saying?
Find
It's a lie.
Dracula.
You're lying,
was-
Van Helsing.
She was kind
He's
to me.
lying to you.
Find
He's
Dracula
mad.
and
No,
destroy
he's mad.
Dracula. Van Helsing, destroy Dracula before she destroys her. Van Helsing, promise me.
I so promise, Mr. Renfield.
I would join you, but just now I set my birds free. My poor little birds.
He is dead.
Van Helsing, what he said about Mina,
Madam Mina, the scarf around your neck. Remove it, please.
My scarf?
Please.
I can't.
Allow me.
No,
Fang marks!
Mina, no!
I felt compelled to cover them. Oh, John!
Under her spell.
Professor, save her, please!
Now there is no choice. We must find the vampire's coffin. If we destroy it, she will have no sanctuary from the sunlight, and she will die.
And Mina?
Madam Mina will be free of the vampire's curse, as will the dear Miss Lucy, who will then rest in peace.
I'm like her now! A devil like her!
Not so! We can stop her before the evil is complete.
It's not too late.
It is not too late.
And if I die now before she is destroyed!
Then you become as she has become.
And if that happens, you must promise me that you will!
Yes, I promise. Friend John, my bag.
Here it is, Professor.
Here, take these.
Sharpened stakes.
And hammers.
Sledges, short-handled sledges.
And these.
Crucifixes.
Take them. John, Jack, Madam Mina. Mina, what?
Mina!
The crucifix, it's burned into her flesh like a brand.
Ah, she is in her blood.
Unclean! Unclean!
I should have thought the mark of the beast.
You see, even God rejects me.
Not so. He provides a warning and a symbol of our quest.
Well, just to burn. I'll get my...
It won't heal. It will never heal.
Madam Mina, there will be many years ahead for you and for friend John. Many years. This I promise. Come, light your lamps. We have much work ahead. Be swift, for this night is different from all other nights. This night we destroy the vampire. Quickly, to Carfax.
Van Helsing, look at this place. Cobwebs, dust. How could anyone possibly live here?
The vampire does not live, my son. Not as we know it. And she cares not for elaborate surroundings. We begin our search.
It might go more quickly if we were to split up.
Yes, but keep your protections ready. We will meet back here in a quarter hour. If nothing has been found, then we will search the grounds and outbuildings. Friend John, Madam Mina, take the top floor, up those stairs.
Very well, Professor. Come, Mina.
Be careful, Professor. Jack.
We'll meet you back here in 15 minutes.
Jack, you go that way. I will search the catacombs below. Be careful, Jack, for it is night and the vampire walks.
Take care, Van Helsing. Who is that? Mina, is that you? Must be imagining things.
Jack.
Who is it? Who's calling me? Show yourself.
Jack,
Oh no,
are you surprised to see me?
you're dead.
No.
We buried you, you're dead.
You're frightening me, Jack.
Oh, Lucy, I want so badly to believe. No, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. You're
Don't deny me, Jack. I've traveled a long way to find you. A long and difficult way. Don't turn away. Look at me, Jack. You see, I'm here. I'm truly here. Don't you love me, Jack? Don't you love me, Jack?
Forever.
Then come with me forever. Come and we can rest together. We would have been together in life. Let us now be together in death.
Yes, together, for always.
Together. Together. Together.
Jack, my crucifix!
Ah!
my lord! It's Lucy!
What? Oh no!
Use your crucifixes! Drive her back into the corner!
Look out!
Careful!
Back! Back her back!
No, hold her, both of you! The stake must pierce the heart with the first blow! Answer me now, friend Jack. Am I to proceed?
Yes, please, for the love of God, Professor, do it now!
Jack, my love, my...
It is over. Finally, she is at peace.
Mina knew. Somehow Mina knew. He told me Jack was in trouble. She knew about Lucy.
It is the power of the vampire that taints her blood, causing her to... Where is Madame Mina?
Upstairs. She's safe. She has the crucifix.
No! You should never have left her! Come, quickly!
John, is that you, Professor Jack?
Mina.
No! No! Get out of my head! Go away! Leave me alone! Dead end! The door shut behind me! No way out! What's that in the corner? What? A coffin! It's open! Her coffin!
Good evening, my dear. How good of you to come. There are many guests in my home this night. But for the moment, I have you all to myself.
Kill me then and get it over with!
Kill you? Oh, no. I will leave that to your husband, who will be forced to join the others in destroying one they love. Can you not imagine how it will feel as an oaken stake seeks your heart? Please, do not plead with me. I must survive. Do you curse the hawk when she kills the dove? It's in her nature.
You murdered Lucy!
I gave her eternal life. They took that life, and you sent them to do it.
Lucy died! You created an obscene thing in her image!
Who are you to judge the quality of life? She would have spent an eternity at my side. She would have seen empires rise and fall, remained young and beautiful long after you and your kind turned to dust. She would have been a welcome companion through the centuries. But now, she is gone, and your fate will be my revenge!
No!
Come to me, Mina.
No! No!
I died, and behold, I live eternally. I hold the keys of death and the keys of hell. Mina! Come to me.
Mina!
Do not struggle. Accept.
Mina! It's locked! Open the door!
Come to me.
Break down the door!
Stand back!
Come, Mina!
Monster!
There is no escape, Count! Your hour of judgment has come!
You are wrong, Van Helsing. Behold!
Press! They're coming out of the walls, the floors!
There must be hundreds of them!
John, quickly! Throw your lamp into her coffin!
No!
You have no refuge, Count! The coffin is on fire! Jack, that window caked with dust! It is morning! The sun rises! Throw that chair through the glass!
This is for Lucy! Die, monster, die!
The sun!
The rats! They're gone!
And Dracula. Nothing left of her but dust.
Yes, now even she has peace.
Oh, John!
Friend John, the marks of the beast, behold!
They're gone, Mina! The fang marks! The burn! Gone!
Our work here is done. Quickly now, we must leave before the building comes down around us. At last, Dracula is truly dead, and Madame Mina is purified. And so, there is our story. And as we watched Carfax fall to the flames, we realized that none would believe. Even now, you do not believe. You shut your civilized mind to such testimonies as these. But do you not still avoid the breaking of mirrors? Do you not sit late at night in the darkness, away from the windows, your chair pushed to the wall, listening to things in the night? Would you spend a night alone in a graveyard? I think not. What frightens you the most? Being alone in the darkness, or fearing that you are not alone? Beware tonight, my friend, for it is dark without, and the shadows hide many things. Lock well your doors. Keep your eyes fixed over your shoulder. Be watchful even as you lie in the darkness of your bed tonight. And listen. Listen. Shh! Listen. For in the shadows just beyond possibility, hiding, watching, waiting, lurks the vampire!
You've been listening to the WSC production of Dracula, a radio play written by Philip Grecian based on the novel by Bram Stoker. Commercials written by Happy Guy Atomic Products. A special thanks to you, Professor Lovecraft. We hope to hear from you again soon.
Oh, at this point, Hannah, I'm afraid that is inevitable.
We hope you enjoyed the show. Tune in again in 2 weeks' time when the WSCE players perform Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Good night and pleasant dreams.